I always try to look at different ideas. I research art. I go on the Pinterest and Instagram. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Interest in the Pinterest, yeah. I'm Nancy Benoy, living in Hamilton. I practice my creativity from the minute I wake up. It's true, including whatever clothes I'm gonna wear. I know that sounds kind of superficial, but it's really important to me. The clothes, the accessories, the colors that I'm feeling. I walk through my home, I pick my favorite mug, it has pattern on it, I look at some art. I come down to my studio and I'm surrounded by so much color and pattern that I'm already like feeling creative. Oh, I have a relationship with my sketchbook. Sometimes it's fraught with tension and anxiety and stress. Sometimes it's the most delightful thing I can do. So I have about 3. I have just this nice hardcover one that's very plain, and this is for paintings, mostly watercolor, paints. You can really, oh my gosh, collage. Look at that. This is offcuts from a project I worked on. I have a lot of offcuts from all of my teaching. Oh, that's ugly, but doesn't matter. Just carry on, just move on. Find the next one you love. Love it, right? But it's not done, or is it? Who knows? Maybe I want to add like a little, like who knows what's gonna happen. So I have this, which is lots of painty. Some of them I use, and then I hope I'm not jumping questions, and I will use it on a painting. So this, I'm like, oh, I love all this like energy. It feels really good to get that out, but then I need to control that energy because it's a bit chaotic. So what do? Line. Line is like, a little bit, get
a little order.
Order, boom. So that helps. So I play with color. This is a really way for me to play with like color compositions. Playing with color is really important to me, and of course, yeah, I'm an abstract painter, so how do I get a mood by using color? So having a little sketchbook is so great. It starts to feel really chunky, like look at that, yum, that's the best. Look at that, delicious. And then I started to do these more little drawing doodles, like Gage Park sketches, and I was really into little houses. I only started a sketchbook though during COVID. I always thought I would have a sketchbook because I thought that was quite cool, as an artist. Blank piece of paper, get your inks, squish it with this, put a bit of this, like, wow, it's so fun. It's just so fun. It's just fun to squish stuff around and see what different mediums work together. And because I don't have like formal training, I'm just trying all these things. I did a bunch of classes in different places, but it's just practice, and it's just really fun to experiment, right? Mm-hmm. That's when the sketchbook is good, because you could spend a lot of money on stuff. Because these boards, which I'm really into now, these like wood panels, because you can scrape into them and stuff. They're kind of pricey, right? So I can try out this color combination in this sketchbook and think, what about a little fluorescent orange, Nancy? I don't really use orange. I'm a teal green girl. Yeah. But now I might change my mind. I would look at my paintings and like hold up my sketchbook and go, okay, how can I add maybe this here and that? That's just, I don't like this, but I love this like bigger bit of color. And then I went like this, and I was like, oh, that looks quite cool, doesn't it? And then my little tattoo from Jen from Cottage 13. And then I just started photographing it because I just also was missing connection and community. So if I put something out there, my hope is that someone will respond to it. Like, say something. It's okay, I can take it. I never got a critique because I didn't go to art school. I never got that whole critique process. And I would love to talk about what people see in my art, or what they like about it or don't like about it. Like, that's sort of why I put stuff out there. So it's sort of like me just making my own Nancy's DIY art school, right? I have an exercise if you're struggling. Get your paper, and you're gonna put 7 dots on your paper. You can put your dots in a row if you're really that kind of person, like, linear person, or you can put your dots all over. They can be all the same size. One could be a really big dot, a couple tiny dots. That's really fun. And then you're going to connect those dots. How are you going to connect them? Are you going to connect them with straight lines? Are you going to connect them with, I was going to say googly eyes, googly lines, doodle lines? Are you going to fill in those spaces now? You've created these shapes because you've connected these dots, and that's just a nice way. I do that all the time with my classes, from kids to adults, just as like a goofy warm-up, but actually people find they get lost in it. It's really turns out to be like really meditative, right? So 7 dots, I'm like, doesn't matter, just put 7 dots down. You can use only one color even if you don't know what colors to pick, because even with one color, depending on like your marks you're making, or you know, even with a pastel, you can press lightly and hard and you'll get a different shade, right? So 7 dots.